Good morning and welcome to Saturday Show Live. I'm super excited to have you join us this morning because when it's Saturday, I know we are coming and we are having great things to usher onto you. Today, we'll be looking at sex education. But before then, we have so much to give. We have the entertainment section, before the discussion segment, and we have also the health segment to give you health tips on what and what. Just stand by and watch. Also, we have the sports segment because as sport lovers, we always give them the best when it comes to sports. Always stay tuned to NTA Saba because we are the station that add value to society. We are adding value to you on this station, and my name is Faith Herrero. So, as we begin, let's take on the entertainment segment. We have our guest, and that entertainment segment is Chisom Michael, aka Sky Paragon. Our crew met him over the week, and we're able to bring back something home. So let's have what we got back.
Sky Mr. Paragon, na 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 na. Now hustle red my eye like I smoke with and taboo. I just live my life and I hope you on God do. I want to live full life like I don't smoke on God too. As I get life, you go show for me.
My name is Michael Chisom, popularly known as Sky Paragon.
Okay, and an artist, what inspired you to the music career, music field?
Normally, I love music, so I don't think I can say this thing inspired me or that thing inspired me. Just that music gives me joy, so it's what I can do in common.
Okay, so have you been benefiting from music? How do you see music generally?
Well, I see music as the food to the soul, because sometimes when I'm not feeling okay, I think I use music to feel okay and say what I've benefited in music. I don't think only thing that I can tell you I've benefited in music is my happiness and my joy. But financially, I've been the one investing in the music industry. I've not benefited, but I've benefited my joy and my happiness, that's all.
So what can you tell us one or two challenges in this your career path?
Well, the challenges I know that we are having in this music, and it's common to every individual artist, that's finance one. So because once you are in Nigeria, we know that there's no work in Nigeria that you can be like working and doing your music. So it's based on what you hustle on your own. Instead of you to use it and take care of yourself or it, you still invest in music. So the first problem is financial problem. Then the second is, this industry is all about packaging. So if you don't package yourself well, they won't get to call you for shows. So these are the main challenges I know we are facing for the meantime.
So what do you think that can be done to curb these challenges?
That is why some artists, they always look for a record label, so that at least you can see a group of people that can help you promote your craft, help you financially. Sometimes there are some promotion that you as an individual artist you cannot afford to do. So, but those record labels, their work is to promote you to the high extent. Music industry these days is not all about the talent, but it's all about the money and the connection. So the only thing I think that can be done to relieve us from all this stress and is, number one, record label. Two is financial. If you can see somebody that can help you financially, I think somebody that can drop this kind of my music, if I get financial support, I can go further than this. Sure.
How many track or album do you have?
Album, I can say I have just one album promoted. So it combine about 9 tracks, yes, and they are in Audiomack, Apple Store, Spotify, and other social media handles. Sure.
Okay. So, do you have advice for other artists and upcoming artists and the old artists?
Well, the only advice I have is that, these days our fellow upcoming artists, what kills us most is pride. So I advise each and every upcoming artist out there almost swallow your pride. You better make you get big belly with your pride than to the hang out for shoulder. Swallow your pride. And another thing is to be humble, and consistency matters a lot. And but talking about consistency, it's all about that finance, money. Because if you have money, you keep it going steady. So I advise them to be humble, consistency, and know what you are doing and stick on what you are doing.
So how do you manage to market your music? How is the market feel like for you?
Well, years ago I've met marketers, but I don't like the way they go on the music stuff. So I prefer doing my online stuff, my TikTok, my Audiomack, my Spotify, Apple Store. So I prefer those ones. But this day itself, to post on Audiomack requires money. You have to pay Audiomack to make the music go viral, and you guys to pay Spotify. Those are social medias. You have to pay to get your music going. So like the little I have, I paid to get my music going.
So who is your role model?
Snoop Dogg. And I love him for a reason. You know, the young man is straightforward. I think he's just out, and as in he's just doing his thing. Like he don't look on anybody to take him on. As in, I just love everything about him. So I think Snoop Dogg, Two-Face Idibia, and every other Nigeria artists like Davido, Wizkid. I love them, but my role model, the person I look onto, is Snoop Doggy Dogg.
So can you sing your favorite track?
Like I told you, I said I have to.
Okay, just sing one.
Okay. Early pie in the mom. Man no lazy, I don't go hustle. Oluwa no allow them do me. I can coach I see Lord my say. Thank God man no be picky koto. I for no be picky man no. Oluwa na you dey run am mo. Let no man go stop am mo. Life on a turn by turn. Any obstacle, Lord my Lord my say. I said they don't break I no longer day for bed I don't go also my daily bread. Make my people for the okay. Say yeah, say we go go okay. Say we no go drink gari, we go go okay. Mom see no go beg uncle, we go okay. Work no go ever cast though, yeah.
Emuzo butuzono, onye bambo bategono, egwadi atwa for buluzono. Imazukono dogu no bigai nemo, odogu no bigai nemo. Makibalu siangene, ikulungene mwa. Yo. Na hustle red my eye like I smoke with and taboo. I just dey live my life and I hope you on God do. I want to live cool life like I don't smoke on God.
Chisom, aka Sky Paragon, for that segment, we had it with you. Well, that brings us to our discussion segment, and on today's discussion segment, the focus we have is sex education. The best sex education is the one that starts at home, with open and honest communication between parents and children. This is credited to Dr. Laura Bama. So, before we go into the discussion proper, let's take our backgrounder for the lead. As a parent, one of the most important responsibilities you have is to ensure your child's physical, emotional, and psychological well-being. One crucial aspect of this is teaching them sex education.
It's very important that parents teach their children about sex education. And it's also good to teach them at an early age, especially for the females. It's good to teach them before they start menstruating, so that they start understanding the changes in their body and why those changes are occurring. It's better they learn these things from the home, so that they learn the correct thing.
And whatever truth you tell them is going to be verified. Because in this age of internet and everything, if you tell them a lie, they are going to find out that it's a lie. So tell them the truth. And please tell them before the internet tells them.
Teaching sex education to children is essential for their development. It helps them understand their bodies, relationships, and boundaries. Unfortunately, many Nigerian parents shy away from discussing sex education with their children. This creates a knowledge gap that can have serious consequences.
Parents usually shy away from teaching their children sex education, and society today can be seen as exposing their children to some sort of immorality or things like that. But the truth is that in society today, with all the things prevalent of the internet, with children getting very exposed to sexual content at a very early age, it's very important that parents, both the father and the mother, right, have these conversations early on with the parents, as early as the child can begin to understand what sex is.
It is heartbreaking to know that just 2 years ago, 15,000 children aged 0 to 14 lost their lives in AIDS-related illnesses. Each of these children was not just a statistic, but represented a future full of potential, but was sadly cut short.
Parents, particularly mothers, should start educating their children on sex education from a young age. This should include basic body awareness, boundaries, and respect for their bodies. It's essential that parents take an active role in teaching sex education to their children. Leaving it to caregivers, teachers, or house helps can be risky and may lead to unintended consequences.
Sex education starts at the age they start asking questions. Anytime a child asks you a question, please give the correct answer. You might not go into details, gory detail, but give the right answer. If a child asks you, Mommy, what is penis? Tell them it's a male sex organ. Don't say it's one stick. Don't say the penis is, call it another name. Call it penis, call it vagina, and all that. If your child say, oh, Mommy, what is sex? Tell them what is sex.
Teaching sex education to children is a critical aspect of their development. By taking an active role in their education, parents can help their children make informed decisions about their bodies, relationships, and boundaries.
Every family is supposed to have a value, and that's why sex education to a girl is better taught by a man. When a father teaches a young girl about sex, that girl is more likely, 100% more likely, to be responsible in her choices in relationship, better than when the mother teaches. So fathers, don't leave the work to the women. Mothers can nurture, but fathers are custodians of family value. Because as the father is teaching, the father is also passing on the family value.
Remember, teaching sex education to your child is an ongoing conversation. Stay informed, stay involved, and help your child make positive decisions about their lives. Today, our focus on the discussion segment is sex education. And you saw our lead into the discussion segment. I have a gentleman and lady in the studio that's going to add more to this to us. And like they say, ladies first. So I should start. We have to my right is Mrs. Caroline Odiete, is an educationist. Ma, it's good having you this morning again in our studio.
It's my pleasure being here. Viewers, you're welcome.
And to my left, I have a clergy, is an apostle, Apostle Basil Nnamdi Obiekugo. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you, viewers.
Well, you saw our lead on the sex education and what they responded, their own views. So I want to know if you agree with some of those views or you have a different views. So I think I should start with Apostle. Apostle, I want to know what is sex education to you?
Okay, to define sex education is a broad term that encompasses education on human sexual health. A borders line on what sex is all about.
Okay.
We must have the first knowledge what sex is all about. Not only for the tender ones, even to the matured adults. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, okay, let me go to our educationist. because this is your line, I guess. Ma, so what is sex education?
Sex education is creating awareness. You know, we are talking on TV, so
Yeah.
we bring it to what the layman will actually understand.
Yes, yes.
It's creating awareness about sex, giving people information, informed information, reliable information, facts about sex, talking about the young, the middle age, every age we need sex education. And you know, like you were asking us whether we agree in total with what
Yes. Yes.
the introducer said. I quite disagree with some of the things they said. Some were on point.
Okay.
Like when the doctor who was interviewed said you start telling children when they start asking questions. That's not, I don't think that's completely correct, because it's not every child that asks questions easily. We have some children who are introverts, but they pick things from here and there. If you wait until they ask you questions, you will wait until they are in the university already. So that's not right. The actual age to begin to give sex education is when a child begins to say mommy and daddy.
Okay.
As soon as they start talking, as soon as they can say this is my leg, this is my hand, sex education starts immediately.
Yeah.
I think when we go further, we'll talk about more.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So how do we communicate this sex education to our children? So how do we start, in communicating it to the children? Do you just, on the day you just get back home, you just call your child, sit and you just start? Or there should be a way?
All right, just like my beloved mommy said about when a child start talking, start pronouncing something. God made us understand we should train a child the way it should go. We should train everyone that has a listening ear the way of life. Teaching a child, if you are blessed with a child, male or female, you need to tell them as they are growing up things they need to know about life. Then we are here talking about sex education. You don't need to allow others to impact negatively on our words, on our children when it comes to issue of sex, because a lot of things are happening. Like God today blessed me with 3 girls, so I'm being careful when male gender comes into the compound, to the house. Then I started lecturing this one: do not sit on any uncle's lap.
At what age? How did you start it? That's what I want to know, because there are some parents at home that might not agree to what you are saying or what she has said, or what we are even addressing. So that's why I'm being specific. How do you start, so that if there are some that don't know how to start, they will learn from that? How did you start? Is it that on the day you just woke up, you now call the child, sit, today we'll be discussing sex education?
No. Yeah. When you start noticing some certain change on your child, be it male or female, you draw the attention. Like today we have our children that are exposed to Android phone. When you notice that they are going beyond that, because I've noticed this in one of our children, I have to draw, you don't need this thing now. There are certain things that children need at this moment. But when you find out that they have started developing some vital organs of their body, to me, you draw the attention. There are certain things, just like a health person, like when a child say, what is penis? Let the person know it's for a male gender. What is this? This is a woman gender. You bring their notice and tell them at this age, this is what they need to know. Because you don't need to load a child with the knowledge that is beyond him or her. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ma, so what are the common misconceptions about sex education?
Sorry, before I go to the misconception, I want to say 1 or 2 things about the question you asked.
Okay, all right. You want to ask me?
Yes, where to start from. Like I said, that sex education starts from when the child begins to say mommy and daddy. And that is how early you start teaching. But teaching at that stage, there are information that you are expected to give. First of all, you start with teaching the children their body parts. When you sex education, when you just say sex, because of what is encompassed in sex, people think of so many things. But children are innocent. So when you want to teach them, you teach them with all honesty and innocency. Now you begin to teach them their body parts, and you don't jump any parts. You name the body parts from the head to the toe. You don't leave the breast, you don't leave the vagina, you don't leave the penis, you don't leave the armpit, you don't leave the lip. Name every part of the body, and with their innocence they will learn that. Now you also begin to teach them that there are some parts of their body that are private and personal to them.
Okay. Yeah.
And you begin to list those parts of their body, and you tell them why those parts of their body are private and personal to them. Your breast is your private part because it's part of your sexual organ. As a human being, you are uniquely made. You are telling that to the girl child.
Yes.
Your vagina, your penis, these are your private parts. They are not parts that people should play with because they are very sensitive. God created them that when you become of age, you are going to use them to bring birth to life. So when you explain it to them like this, it does not sound vulgar. You see, you arrest their attention.
Yeah.
They will listen to you. I'll give you an example of our two little girls. They were twins, and the mother was to go and visit Mama Angela, who put to bed. They were just 5 years old, these two girls, and they asked the mother, "Mommy, you say Mama Angela has delivered a baby. That baby that was in her tummy that was very big. How did she deliver the baby?" That was the one doctor was talking about, that you start when they start asking questions. No, but now they, at that age of 5, they already know their vagina, they know their breast, they know their armpits, they know their lips, and all those parts that are sensitive to them, which are private to them, they already know it. And they know that these are their sex organs, and they are not meant to be touched or used at the age that they are. So when the girls asked the mother, where did the baby come out of? Was it the mouth? Did the doctor open her tummy to bring out the baby? How the baby come out? And the mother said the baby came out of the vagina. You know what the two girls did?
What's vagina?
They know, they already know at age 5 because they've been taught. Like I said, they already know their body parts. They know that these are sex organs. They know that it is only when you grow up and become a wife and a mother that you begin to use it and all that. They know all those things already at age 5 because they were instructed right from the word go when they started talking. So when the mother said the baby came out of her vagina, do you know what these two girls did? Simultaneously, both of them put their legs together. They were shocked.
So that no baby comes out.
And they were looking at the mommy. Mommy, is it the vagina? I said yes. He said, remember what I taught you before, that when you become a woman, you will get pregnant when you meet with your husband and you give birth to a child. It is through the vagina. And they were terrified. And the mother said, that is why I told you that it is a very sensitive part of your body. It is your private part. You don't play with it, and you don't allow anybody mess with it. Nobody goes in there. And that's why even like those of us, I am in the Anglican Communion, we teach our children in ACM songs to sing. We also teach them in school when we go to minister to children in primary and secondary school. And one of them is, if you touch my private part, I will tell. If you touch my private part, I will tell.
That's it.
I will tell it to my daddy. I will tell it to my mommy. If you touch my private part, I will tell. They know these things. So if you play rough play with them, when mommy comes, mommy, I don't like the way my cousin played with me today. They will tell you everything. So it starts from when they are tender.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much.
So what was the question?
No, I will come back. I will come back to that.
Okay.
Let me go to Apostle. Apostle, I want to know, from our background, when there's one of the respondents said, parents shy away from teaching their children sex education. They feel it exposes them to immorality. Do you agree to that?
No.
So
you don't expose them to immorality. Just like I said, I have 3 girls. My girl child, my first daughter started saying I flew at 8. Jesus. At 8. So the doctor told us that she will have a rapid growth from day one. So we started being careful. And that helped her to be more mature because I have my wife's siblings in my house. Today she's 14. So I know the stuff, I know the impact I've made into my sister-in-law that live with me, not to talk of my own gift of life. So we must teach them the right thing. Give them the right information. It will go a long way to guide them. And that helped her to give me details. Today I checked her phone, I gave her, what did she say with my first love? So we must not shy away imparting knowledge on our kids, male or female. Be vocal, then guide them. What they need is guidance. In all that we must, I tell them, don't see your parents as ojuju. Be very close. Don't tell them if a man touch you, you'll be pregnant. What are the process of touching? What are the process of getting pregnant? So today, even when the second daughter started seeing her flow, I saw the move she made. I said, "Come, Zola, you started here." He said, "Daddy, now this thing is girl's thing." Okay. So she have already know that this girl's thing that I should not know. I said no, just like what my mommy said. Are you getting it? Yeah. Because I'm very friendly. So many parents are not close to their children. And when things go wrong, it takes them unaware. Number one, we must be close to our children in order to tell them what they need to know from their body. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So teaching sex education to you does not expose the children to immorality. So
I can say something about that.
Okay, you want to add to it?
Yes, sex education. Yes. Like we said, when you are teaching people, you consider their age, so that you know the level of information to give to them. Yeah. There is a level of information you will give to a particular age and expose that child to trouble. Okay. Because one thing that is conversant is children love to explore. They love to experiment. So that's why, like I said, they are innocent, and you give them honest information, true information, and you guide them. And for everything you tell them the repercussion of every action they take. Now that you know this, if you go ahead and do this, this is what will happen, and this is what will be the result. Let them know. Because if you give them half information, they will get the complete information from the other side, and it might not be well packaged. It might expose them to trouble. So we must look at their age and know the information that should be given to them at that particular age. Then we must know how to communicate it in such a way that it does not put them in trouble. Tell them every action as well as the reactions that can follow and the repercussions, so that they will be properly guided.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So you said, while you were giving answer to the question, you said exposing children to some certain information, depending on the ages. At what age do you think such sex education can be exposed to a child that will now kind of turn negative?
Okay, if you are talking to children of like that 5 years. Age 5 that I was talking about, and you are giving them information you are supposed to be giving to the ones that are at the age of puberty, that is too deep. That is too deep. Like I said before, now I mentioned some of the information we should give to children at that age. At that age. So
no, all both puberty, children, adolescents, and whatever, they are all children. Yes. So we should be telling, or is it just the little ones alone we expose this sex education to?
No, it's everybody. Yes. It's everybody.
So that's why I'm asking that. At what age do you think when you expose sex education to them? Because while you were talking, you said there's a certain age it might make them go to, they are curious. They will go for findings. Yes, based on what one of the respondents said, that the parents, African parents, or Nigerian parents, they shy away from this because they feel it's exposing their children. Let me give you an example.
Children of 5 years old, you are teaching them about wet dreams. Children of 5 years old. I'll give you an example. Okay. I went to minister in a children conference, and it was this topic, sex education, that I was to handle. And when we got there, we had to classify the children, just like I said. And during the period of counseling, one of the boys who was 11 years old came to us and said since he was 9, he started masturbating. That's 2 years before that time. 9, at age 9. Why did he start masturbating? He said that they told him that if you at a very tender age, it should be between 8 and 9, that if you cannot produce sperm, you will not have children. So, and they told him about wet dream, that when you'll be sleeping, something will come out of your body as a man and all that. But he kept waiting for it. The thing refused to come. So that was when he started fiddling with his penis. At that very tender age 9, he has started masturbating, and he continued to masturbate till that age 11 when I went to their church to talk. And it was becoming like an obsession. It was becoming a little bit abnormal because of that particular act. It wasn't like he learned it from anybody, but the information that was given to him at a very tender age was already having effect on him psychologically. Another one, he was in secondary school already, but because of how he grew more than his real age. You know, some children, you will see them, they are 13, but they are looking like 16. He had rapid growth, and all his friends were already, he was in GS3 then. Most of his friends were having wet dreams. He has never had anything like that, you know, to make him know that he's up to the man. And when they go to urinate, you know, boys are funny. When they go to urinate, they'll be telling him that his penis is so small and so tiny. So one day he got home crying, and the mother was surprised. He's the only son of the mother. He's not a doctor, he's the big man now. And the mother was wondering, so what's wrong with you? He said that his mates are laughing at him that his penis is too small. So the mother had to sit him down and say, that thing they are telling you is wrong. That they told him a lot of things, that he will not have children, he will not be able to perform, and so on and so forth. And he told them, he said, look, all those your friends, most of them are 16, 17. But you are 13, so you don't need to be in a hurry. You are tall because you have rapid growth, but your body physique has not really matured to that level. He said, just give me 2 years and you see what will happen to you. Your voice will begin to go deep, air will begin to come out of your armpits, and you see that your penis will grow as much as the one of your friends. So these are some of the things, you understand? So when you give them information before time, it makes them insecure, it makes them feel that there is something amiss that they need to know that they have not known, and they begin to search for it, and that puts them in trouble.
Okay, so at the age where he was giving that information, we were just supposed to be giving information of maybe his body parts.
Yes,
and that's it.
Yes, and safety with sex issues.
Thank you so much, man. Sir, so back to you now. I want to know the question I threw to her before. I want you to give answer to me. How, do you, what was it again? How do we handle sensitive or controversial topics?
Wisdom is profitable to direct, just like she kept saying about informing the children, not only children, when when in a public place, there are words you can use to the infant, there are words you can use for adults. There are words that are educative, there are words that are corruptive. There are words that can even arouse sexual sensitivity of the body. So sometimes, beginning of the year, I do talk about marriage. Then I will ask the tender one to go to their children's church, because there is a formation meant for them. So I only bring somebody like a mommy expatriate that have all it takes to add to the children to come and teach them sex education on their children, to bring it to their knowledge, because there are certain things I should not say as a pastor on the altar to the hearing of the children. So what we need here as mature adults, as parents, when it comes to the issue of children, you don't give them overdose. Let me use that. You give them what they're able to carry, the information that will help them to grow. Because on daily basis, as they are growing, they will see the positive parts of what you are trying to impart in them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Masu, what are the misconceptions? Misconception
I don't know.
on sex education.
I wanted to ask, I remember years back when we were in Lagos. A grown-up adult of 20-something years was scared of men. A grown-up adult of 20-something years was scared of men. Why? Because of the information that if man touches you, you will become pregnant. So even when shooters were coming, that thing keep hitting her, keep hitting her, keep hitting her. The time comes that she have to pass through a process of counseling and education. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, one of the misconceptions is that when you give sex education, you spoil the child. It's a misconception. Through the things we've said already,
Yes.
I've mentioned some of the issues that make people look at it like that. It's because some people don't know that there is a particular age at which you give out information. So it's a misconception to say that sex education is not good, that when you do it, you corrupt the child. It's a misconception. Rather, the truth is that information, if given at the right time and the particular level of information that is good for that particular age, is safety. You know, they say knowledge is power. You know, when we expose people to the right knowledge, it gives them power. It does not spoil them. It's when you don't tell somebody, just like our brother said now, ignorance is a terrible thing. Ignorance kills so much. And why is it that we are having so much problem on this sex thing? It's because even our parents, most of them are ignorant. I tell you the truth, just like what Doc said. The sex education I had was from my father, not my mother. My mother didn't really teach me much. My mother was at the level that brother was saying. If men touch you, now you sabi anything when you see, you carry. But my father, okay, maybe because of our level of awareness. My father, who was a secondary school teacher, you know, and he was my best friend. We are very close. I'm the eldest child. So sometimes he will say, let's stroll, we'll stroll. And he will begin to talk to me. My father was giving me sex education. He told me the things to do, the things I needed to know, and so on and so forth. And he said, look, if you have a boyfriend, don't hide it from me. Tell me. Anything, just don't allow boys deceive you. You know I'm a man. You know, he was my best friend. So it's a misinformation, it's a misconception to say that sex education will corrupt the children. It will save them, it will protect them, but we must give them the right information. That is what is important.
Thank you so much. So, Apostle, how do we make children to be comfortable with the parents, you know, for them to come out to their parents to, you know, want to know, ask them questions about sex education, or if there's anything they feel they are going through, they will open up to their parents. How?
You must be friendly. If you're not friendly, you become scary. And when you are scary, they will run to the wrong people. And when they run to the wrong people, it becomes dangerous. We must make our children, our words to be very close to us.
Okay.
And when they try to pass information to us, to some parents, a child may want to tell a boy to stay him or her, and because maybe we are tense, we will not want to pay attention to what they are trying to communicate. Go, 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 go. Those things are not good as parents. We must draw our children close, ask them questions, play along with them. They will be able to tell you things. Even when you give them phone, because we're in computer age, go through their phones, know what they are doing with their phones. If it's affecting them morally, good. If it's affecting them negatively, you know the right thing to do. Either you take the phone from them. Whatever you notice, changes you notice on your children that are not positive, you stand a chance to correct. Because one thing we don't know, that we are caretakers.
Yes.
God will hold every parent there, out there, responsible of not doing the right thing, of not imparting positively to the children. Then I keep advising them in the church why these children are growing up. You see some parents will be naked in front of their children. Bible in Exodus, Leviticus kicked against all those things. Are you getting it? When you are, I'm the only man in my house. I'm blessed with girls, children, my house sister-in-law. Then I should be wearing what I'm not supposed to be wearing in their presence. So these are the things you must not, we must do.
So
as
what's the negative impact of that?
The negative impact of that is, we talk about sex, we look at the sensitivity of it. The eye is very, very sensitive. Look at Job. Job made a covenant in Job 31. He said, God, I make a covenant with my eyes that I will not look lustfully against a lady. What the eyes capture is a product of what the mind, what goes into the mind from the eyes. The mind goes, see my daddy nakedness, or see my mommy nakedness. They begin. If you did not impart on them on what sex is all about as parents.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I also want to ask another, before I'll go to
Okay.
SGT, I want to ask, the out of the children, male or female, which of them do you think we should start sex education with first? Because there are some people who have this ideology that is the female child.
The one that God brings your way, teach them what they need to know.
No, if you have two of them, you have male and female.
Educate them so that they don't bring you shame tomorrow. You don't select the one you start imparting on, both male, both female. Give them the knowledge they need.
Some say it's the girls
If
that get exposed.
If the male child get more corrupt than the boy, what happens? Give them the basic knowledge they need to know. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gate, what do you have to say to that?
Apostle is very correct. There's nothing like male or female. You start exactly whether it's a male or a female. There's no one that, like I said, when the male starts saying mommy and daddy, teach him. When the female starts saying mommy and daddy, teach her. So there is no one that you should start first. No, it's another misconception. Because most people will say, it's the girl child that is much at risk. If you see the level of ignorance of our boy children, you weep, you cry. Few days ago, I was discussing with a mother about her son who has gone into sodomy before our Korokoro eyes. A boy that is just entering 20, begging a woman of 40-something to come and help him take care of his sexual challenge. A married woman. Because he was confused, he was almost going mad. Why? He has been introduced into sodomy. That's man to man. I'm talking about young boys, 19 going to 20. And that day he was almost going mad. He ran into the backyard, saw the woman and said, please come and help me. And you tell me, boys, if this boy was taught right from the cradle, right from when he started saying mommy and daddy, he will know the implication of what he was doing. So you don't say because they are boys, it's the girls that are more at risk because they will get pregnant. No. Is it not somebody that will pregnant the girl? Sometimes you will see them even at home. 5 years, 6 years, boy and girl, they are looking for where to cuddle themselves and play rough play. Behind the flower and everywhere. So please, at that tender age, teach both the boy child and the girl child. Don't select anyone. So both of them are at risk.
So you heard it. You teach both of them, don't select anyone. I think before we go to the last question, I want to ask, talking on sex education, whose responsibility it is? Is it if we start from home, is it that of the mother or father?
Sex education is everyone's responsibility. Okay. I pray that everyone should have access to information. I just use myself as an example. My mother didn't have much information. Okay. What she really taught me is when my first menses will come and what I am supposed to do. She taught me that because I was already aged and I was going on holidays, and she was suspecting that the way I am now, I've not started seeing it. If I go on holiday and it happens, I need information. That was when she gave me that information, and that was all. The rest was, you don't be go if they touch you anyhow, you see anyhow, now you sabi. But my father was the one that had information. So I will say that the couple, yes, if both are informed, both of them should teach. Like Doc said, there are information that when the father passes it to the daughter, it sticks there, does not go away. So sometimes, some fathers will say, is your daughter, go and talk to her. No, my father taught me. So whoever have information among the two should give. if both of them have information, they should always have their sessions with the children, you know, so that the message can go in there and stick.
Thank you so much. So do you agree to that?
Yeah.
That it should
Just like my mentor came in, I took my daughter up there and said, "Oh, what's this?" I say, "These drugs, you don't need to know more about this drug now. Concentrate on paracetamol, malaria drugs for the now." Okay. Then while we were going, I heard her. I said, "I saw your phone. You saved me with my first love. That's I'm your first love." Good. Look at this land document. I have to read you, Nico, Bina, Sizola. It's for 3 of you. Now you have access to this land. You finish school, secondary school as a virgin. You finish university as a virgin. You get married as a virgin. Then I will take my land when you are done from secondary school serving the motherland and you are not a virgin. I will take my land. Deal or no deal? Say deal. Are you getting it? Okay. So I have used something, capital, investment, to draw attention, things that she must not do that will affect her future. Okay. So I don't need to go deep in details more at this age.
Are you saying that it's mommy that needs to go deeper?
The mommy might not have more time. Mommy might say, "Hey, don't do this." And when I was there, I did not do this, I will not do that. Just like her father did to her. The same way I cherish my 3 girls more to any other faith. More to any other faith. I cherish them like never before. I check them both academically and everything. I want to go tomorrow. I'm a pastor. There's no other person. Before they will call their name, pastor's children.
Yes.
So that family name should be protected while raising children. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. So, Mr. Jesse, I want you to give me your last tip on sex education. What sex education is all about, what parents need to know, and should they leave this teaching of sex education to maybe teachers or to caregivers?
Okay, sex education, like we've been saying, is creating awareness about sex. We have the male and the female gender, and we know that it takes the male and the female gender to come together to have sex, which lead to conception and giving birth to life. And that is actually a major factor why God brought these things into being. So we know the sensitivity of the sexual organs, and when issues come up because they were misused, we know what can happen. Abortions, infections, having school dropouts, children not being able to complete their school programs because they got pregnant, rape. All these things are the negative effects of wrongly getting involved in sexual activity. So parents must be able to inculcate this knowledge early enough in their children, so that as they are growing up, these things that are, sensitive enough to destroy their lives and destroy their destinies, they will not be involved in them. And for a parent to actually be able to make impact in the life of a child, the parent must befriend the child, like Apostle said before now. We must befriend our children. We must be very observant. If you are not observant, you will not know when something is wrong. So you must be very observant. If they come from the school and they are behaving funny, their behavior change, they have a mood swing, you should be observant enough to know that and ask them questions, what has happened to you, and so on and so forth. And we must engage them. Like I said, children are very innocent. Yes. They don't know how to hide secrets. So if you are always communicating with them, you will know everything about them. Because they cannot hide secrets. So all this information, then not only the family should educate, the school should educate, the church should educate, the society should educate, everyone should help. And parents also need information, because if you don't have information, you don't have what to teach.
Thank you so much, Ma. Sir, just 2 seconds, your last tip.
Oh, all I have to say is, there's no time to talk more, because I believe there's not only the children should know more about sex education. is borderline on so many people today. Even the so-called sex affecting marriages today. But maybe that will be a topic for another day. My advice there is that let's train our children the way of God outside sex education. Let us impart knowledge and the fear of God into them. Bible says that the fear of God is beginning of wisdom. The child that knows God cannot misbehave.
Thank you so much, Apostle Basil Nnamdi Obiekugbo. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Mrs. Dodieti.
It's always a pleasure to
Thank you so very much. It's good having you today.
Thank you.
Well, quickly, we'll go to the next segment, which is our health segment with some health tips. And this is compiled with Roland Oreka. It's thereby reported. Caring for your teeth is crucial for the overall health and well-being. Good oral hygiene ensures a bright smile and prevents serious health issues like gum disease, cavities, and bad breath. And it helps prevent conditions like heart disease and diabetes.
Our tooth care is part of life. Because a man being handsome, a woman being beautiful, the teeth have a part to play. Whatever the teeth shows is what a viewer captures first from this person. Concerning brushing the teeth, I brush my teeth twice a day, though some recommend 3 times, but I do it first thing in the morning, the last thing in the night, and it keeps me fresh.
How to care for your teeth. Brush twice a day. Use a fluoride toothpaste and a soft bristle toothbrush to clean your teeth for at least 2 minutes, morning and night. Brushing removes plaques and prevents cavities. Flush daily. Flossing helps remove food particles and plaques from between teeth and along the gum line, preventing gum disease and decay. Use mouthwash. A fluoride or antibacterial mouthwash can help kill bacteria, freshens breath, and strengthen enamel. Stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of water helps wash away food particles and bacteria, reducing the risk of tooth decay and bad breath.
How you care for your teeth: always brush twice daily, morning and night. Then always use a dental floss before you go to bed. Then it's advisable to always visit the dentist at least twice every 6 months.
I make use of the regular toothpaste and mouthwash. I use mouthwash before going to bed to give me this fresh breath when I wake up in the morning.
Visit the dentist regularly. Professional cleansing and checkups every 6 months can help detect issues early and prevent major dental problems. Why dental care matters. Dental care matters to prevent tooth decay and gum disease, maintains fresh breath, support overall health, and boost confidence. Following these simple steps, you can keep your teeth strong, your gums healthy, and your smile bright for years to come.